Hello guys, guys are doing very well. This is the part 2 of the video I posted last on my channel. So if you've not seen that video, I'm going to link it, and I'm also going to put my email in my description box so that if you need the soft copy, I'm just going to wire it to you. So let's dive into the reason why I'm doing the part 2 is because I want it to be as detailed as possible. I want to be able to explain to you. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I love the part where she talked about self-love. Self-love starts with self-acceptance. You just accept yourself, know yourself, accept yourself, right? Don't try to force people to love you, right? Start with loving yourself. Start with being with yourself. Start with being whole. Start with being okay. You just love your space. You love being alone, and then you cannot be lonely if you love who you're alone with. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you love you, you're not scared to be with yourself. You're not scared to be with your mind. That part is actually very scary because, like, your mind produces like 1,000 thoughts, let's say, per minute, right? So it's scary. Like, you don't want to sit down and be alone because, guys, it's hard, and that is the way it is in the beginning because basically it's not easy. So it's just little by little. Like, my Nigerian audience, when you want to start a machine, right? Basically maybe a grinding machine, the energy you first apply to it, it's kind of hard. Then as you keep on doing it, it becomes a lot easy, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's not easy, but you need to start first, right? So you need to learn to be with your thoughts, right? To be with yourself. And this thing is quite dicey because sometimes our mind tends to play trick on us. So you just tend to play a game on us. Sometimes you'll be like, your mind will be telling you what you did wrong, and so the devil actually uses this also. You that you did this thing wrong yesterday, you that you said something wrong yesterday, you that you're not doing all the commandments of God. The devil just try to sabotage you, with bringing different thoughts. So that alone is scary, but you need to come to that place of there's no condemnation again. As a believer, there's no condemnation again. You're set right before God. You have a right standing before God. You understand? So you need to learn to be with your thoughts. That is part of being alone, right? So what I like about the book is that she gave space to practice. She gave like a task, right? She'll tell you what you need to do, step by step, a guide to help you be with yourself, right? To practice being with yourself. So yeah, I totally recommend this book. Like I said in the previous video, I'm going to link the video up here, so please check it out, right? Parts where she talked about your greatest enemy or your greatest critic is you. See, it is not you against others, it is you against you. It is you now against you in the future. So stop comparing yourself to another. You can look up to people, you can admire them, you can just, okay, I want to be like this person, right? They say comparison is a steal of joy, right? Yeah, I think it's right. But it depends on the angle you're coming from, the way you see it, right? So comparison to me, I just feel like, okay, I admire this person. I wish I was in her shoe. Like, what I like about her, the good parts, the success she's achieving, the goal she's achieving. I wish I was like her, right? So your greatest enemy is actually you, right? So you need to you get to your head, you're like, oh, I can't do this, I'm not enough. Like, it is not me they are looking for here. Like, even people in their 50s, even people in their 60s, you hear them say these things. Like, I'm like, these people have believed these things so much that they believe that they are not looking for them in this room. They're not the person for the job. Like, they're not looking for their kind of person in certain places. That's the power of the mind. The mind is so powerful, right? So you need to actually start believing in yourself. The problem is that you feel like you're not alone, you're not enough. The problem is that you feel like, okay, there's nothing special about you, and you're special. You're special. Like, you need to affirm yourself every day, right? I was reading a book, written by Michelle Obama, and she was talking about how sometimes she feels she's not enough. She would even meet her, she would, like, it literally bother her, like it plagues her. And I'm like, honestly, because when you talk about Michelle Obama, she's someone you look up to. She's someone, a black doing great things in a white country, like in America, right? So she's someone that you look up to. Like, she has achieved a level of success in her life, and you understand, like, she has achieved success. She's someone that we can consider as being successful. So when she was sharing that in that book, I'm like, oh, like, this thing really, I actually know that, but I like the way she was being, like, she was vulnerable in that book. And like, it's like you can just relate to her, because like, we tend to see these people as superhumans, like their life is perfect, everything is going on well with them. But when she was saying this, I'm like, yeah, even people that are successful in their field, in their career, that sometimes they have this feeling of, I'm not enough, can I do this well? And you are enough. You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you, if you're a believer, right? You need to accept everything God has called you to be, everything God has called you to be, whatever God has said about you. You need to understand, and you need to understand these things. And the earlier the better. The earlier you start accepting those things about yourself, the better, right? Things will just start working for you. Even the plans God has set before you will begin to manifest, right? Even in the Bible, I just finished studying the book of Joshua, and I saw how God was always telling him that he should be courageous, he should be bold, he should not be fearful. You understand? Like, and one thing I realized is that the people they were going to attack, or the nations they were going to fight, they were going to go into war or battle with, I noticed that whenever fear enters those people, they lose that battle, right? Because sometimes they be like, we've heard of what God did for you people, the Red Sea, how you guys went over the Red Sea, how you killed the kings, like mighty kings. I'm like, you need to be strong, you need to be courageous, you need to believe whatever God has said about you. It's so important, right? So I noticed that fear is a spirit. I know this, I've seen it, I've experienced it, so I know what I'm saying. That feeling of you're not enough, you need to start working on it. You need to embrace what God has said about you. Guilt is a spirit. I know it. There was I was praying about this, because I'm like, how does guilt affect someone to the extent that that person doesn't even have a life anymore? Fear affects this person, that even the person can't show up confident in their word. And God showed me how these things are. These things are literally spirits. Like, they have strong hold over your mind, over your body, like over your soul. It's so powerful. When God was revealing it to me, I can't explain it. Like, it's so powerful. It has, like, it's powerful, right? It's beyond this physical realm. So you need to understand that life is first spiritual, and so you need to accept everything God has said about you. That's the first point. God needs to fill that void in you. Do you understand? All right, so I'm getting passionate there. So I talked previously about how the entertainment industry has painted, being alone as being lonely, and they've done a good job. So that's why you need to unlearn, relearn, and learn. You have to put in conscious effort to learn certain things. You need to have a growth mindset, right? You need to develop your mindset. You need to work on yourself. It's so important. Like I said in the previous video, the 7 mountains of influence, it's so powerful. We need to understand these things, right? Like, even in movies, right? Like, now, I'm not really a fan of Nigerian movies, right? But in movies, right, the way they narrate certain stories, the way they've, like, configured our mind, the way they've portrayed certain things to be. And I'm like, see, if life is the way Nigerian movies has portrayed it to be. See, life would be so easy for a lot of us, you know. They can just share a story, they can just like make a movie on how a rich guy just came to save a poor girl, like a girl that has nothing. He just came to transform her life and it just beautified her life. You get like this, like, and sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to share my own personal story too, and I have to unlearn it. I realized that I'm just always wishing that a guy would just come into my life, you know, he would just come and transform my life. It's going to spoil me, it's going to give me my good dream life. You understand? And I'm like, Busayo, you don't need another person to save you. You need to save yourself, right? And this is because the media has portrayed it to us like we've believed it. They've, like, our subconscious mind, like I said, like they've trained our subconscious mind. Like, I'm like, where is this coming from? The only person you need to save you is Jesus. Like, if you're a believer, that's the only person you need to save you. Jesus will help you save yourself, right? So you need to learn to save yourself. Nobody's going to come and save you. Unlearn that stupid mentality that, okay, someone's going to save you, you know. And there's this character in the this children movie, I'm forgetting, this Cinderella, all those movies. I know you know those movies, right? That the prince just come and save the queen or the princess. You understand? I'm like, I just had to unlearn those things, right? Like, I'm like, I don't need a guy. I don't need any guy to come and save me. I need Jesus. Jesus is the one I need. I need to save myself. Nobody's going to come and save me. So I learned. I had to learn that. I had to, you know, I had to work on my subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind is just like our automatic mind, right? Like, sometimes you don't even know why you behave in a certain way, and that's because your subconscious mind has been conditioned, right? You can still be intentional about your conscious mind, because, okay, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do, but you, like, let's say now you grew up watching certain movies, reading certain books, like when you were little. Like, imagine, let's say you are 25 now, so imagine they've used like 20 years to configure your mind, right, to condition your mind, right? So it takes effort to unlearn those things. You need to watch videos, you need to read books, you need to listen to podcasts, you know, have mentors to help you, right? And you being intentional about learning, you being intentional about wanting to change your mind, and you being intentional about you wanting to transform your mind. Of course, the word of God helps you to renew your mind also, right? So yeah, I wanted to put that part out there. And when she talked about your imagination shaping your reality, I'm like, girl, tell them. See, we've underestimated the power of imagination, the power of meditation. These things are so important. You know, your imagination shapes your reality. Your mind, if you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your hands. See, these things are powerful. You need to learn to meditate, and meditating involves you being alone with your thoughts. It's never easy, but you can start. If you can see it in your mind, if you can have it in your mind, you will have it in your world. If you can see it in the word of God, you will have it in your world. So it's so important. Nowadays, it's so easy to follow the crowd, because like I said in the previous video, people will consider you weird, being different. Why is she thinking like this? Why does she have a different opinion? And it's fine. See, and the part where she recommends, you know, just keeping your thoughts to yourself. You can only talk when you are being asked, right? Because, you know, the reason why people have difficulty in being whole is because, you know, they're afraid of being termed different, and they're afraid of looking weird, right? It's okay to be different. In fact, we are all unique in our own way, right? It's okay to be different. It's okay to have a different opinion. It's okay not to follow the crowd. You know, it doesn't mean that the crowd are always right. You understand? But it's just like, you know, let's say 30 people are on this line, and then you're only standing on this side. It's weird, right? It's looking somehow, but you need to learn it. You need to learn how to be okay with your own opinion, right? Stick with what is right. It's so easy to follow the crowd, you know. That's why people are not even thinkers. That's why people, they're not original thinkers. They like being a follower, right? And if you notice, most adults right now are followers, and that's because that's where their mind has been conditioned, right? So you need to be a thinker. You need to learn to define everything And that was the part I love so much. What definition for everything in your life? What does happiness mean to you? For some people, it may be that, okay, if I'm successful, if I have 100 views on YouTube, I feel like I'm successful. Do you understand? Some people feel like, okay, if I'm able to afford a dream vacation for my family, I'm able to travel with my husband, my children. Minus, no. People have said, oh, if you want to be productive, just wake up early in the morning. You can just wake up 4 a.m., wake up 6 a.m. You know those videos you watch on YouTube or all other social media, right? Like, and you just need to know what works for you. That's what works for them. Like, some people, they are like early persons, some people are night person. They, just do what works for you. I remember sometimes then I would like wake up 4 a.m. and sometimes in school that actually worked for me, because I was in school. I would try and sleep early to wake up early. That was quite effective, before the day began, like around 6:30 for me. I had already read my book, prayed to God. Yeah, I love it. That's morning prayer, you being alone where everywhere is quiet. I love that. I just love it so much. So that was amazing, But as time went on, like now that I'm at home and there's a lot of work, I'm an IT student. I have a business. I come to work. My parent has a bakery, so I have to work there, assist them. And it's a lot. Sometimes before we sleep, it's like 12 o'clock, 2 a.m. And you can't expect me to wake up by 4 a.m. again, 6 a.m. just because I want to like follow a certain time to wake up. You understand? So you need to, that's why I'm just giving you the breakdown for you to know what works for you. Don't go and compare another person and say, okay, if I want to wake up by 4 a.m. Guy, just set a time that's convenient for you, the time that you feel like you can work better, right? Yeah. So the part where she talked about not being busy feels scary, I'm going to admit to that, guys. I had to constantly remind myself that sometimes it's okay not to do anything. Sometimes it's just okay, right? Before, like I hate it when I'm like idle or I'm not doing anything for like 5 minutes. Like I freak out. Like besides, just do something. Like just grab a book, listen to a podcast. If you're not working, just like instead of me just relax, like instead of me to just relax and just be with myself, be with my mind, I'm like constantly thinking of what to do. Like I don't want to be idle for 1 minute. So that was actually scary for me, but I had to learn that okay, it's okay not to be busy sometimes. It's okay to not do anything. It's okay to just relax and be with yourself, right? But it takes time to actually digest that. Yeah, but let me tell you, sometimes not being busy doesn't feel scary if like when you have a good mindset towards it, right? When you know that okay, you're not wasting your time, you're being with yourself. Yeah, you're not alone. Like you're being with yourself. Like I mean, you're getting in touch with your thoughts, right? That's what I mean to say. That's not a waste of time. Yeah. This part where we want the world to be our greatest cheerleader. Guy, you have to be your greatest cheerleader. You need to be your number one supporter. The world doesn't really think that you are something much, except maybe your family. In most cases, right? There are exceptions to what I'm saying. They don't really believe in you, right? They don't really think they can amount into something great, right? They don't. Who are you, right? But your family is a support system, and you need to be your greatest cheerleader, right? It's easy to want the world to celebrate you, but celebrate yourself first, and then the world will celebrate you, right? Yeah. The last point is that books are powerful, and words can literally change your life. Words can change your entire life, whether they are good words or bad words. I can assure you that. Like people be like, oh, I'm not a reader, I don't like reading books. Like I said, these things are, I believe they are structured, because see, Nigerian schools will make you eight books. I'm telling you. But personally, I love books. I love reading books. I love academic books. I love visual books. I love fiction, fictional books, self-help books, name it. I love books. Are powerful. Just allow yourself to wallow in the pool of words, right? Just like good words, actually, not just any kind of word, because bad words can actually change. Words are powerful. Sometimes I'm like, people be like, oh, because of what someone said to me, someone said I will not become great in life. Like, people say, I remember someone at a little age, I can just remember that someone told me I can never amount to something, and I actually believed it then. Oh, at that point, maybe I just felt like, okay, I mean, this person is saying rubbish, but as time went on, I realized that this thing is actually playing in my life. Do you understand? I'm like, words are powerful. Good words are very powerful. Imagine God creating the heaven and earth out of his word. Like, he spoke. Words are powerful. Words are like seed, and our heart are like soil, right? That helps those seeds grow, right? So words are so powerful. And yeah, guys, I don't want this video to be too long, so if you enjoyed this video, please, if this video has helped you in any way, please share with your friends. Someone might need this. Just sharing can save someone's life, can change someone's mindset, right? So share, subscribe, like, comment down below which point resonated more with you. And guys, yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.